Hello everyone, and welcome to this lesson. Today, I want to share with you one of the most unforgettable moments in my life, my very first day at school. For many of us, the first day at school is a very special memory. It is the beginning of a new chapter, filled with excitement, nervousness, and discovery. I still remember waking up early that morning, putting on my new uniform, and carrying my bright red school bag. My heart was full of curiosity and a little fear. Would the teacher be kind? Would I make friends? Would I enjoy my time? These questions stayed in my mind as I entered the big school gate. During that day, I met my teacher, made new friends, wrote my name for the first time in class, and even played happily on the playground. I also learned how wonderful it feels to share food, laugh together, and be part of a group. That first day taught me courage, confidence, and the joy of learning. It was the start of a journey that shaped who I am today. Join me as I take you back to my first day at school and the lessons I learned. My first day at school experience. Hello everyone, and welcome to this video. Today, I want to share with you a story about one of the most memorable days in my life, my first day at school. For many of us, the first day at school is a special experience. It is the beginning of a new journey, full of learning, friendship, and discovery. Some people remember it with joy, some with nervousness, and some with both. In this story, I will tell you what I felt, what I saw, what I did, and what I learned on my very first day at school. The memory of my first day at school is still very fresh in my mind. Even though it happened many years ago, I remember the night before school started. I could not sleep easily because I was both excited and a little scared. I kept thinking about what school would be like. Would the teachers be kind? Would I make new friends? Would I be able to understand the lessons? So many questions filled my young mind. My parents prepared everything for me. They bought me a new uniform, polished my shoes, and packed my school bag with notebooks, pencils, an eraser, and a lunchbox. I remember looking at my new bag again and again. It was red and shiny, and I felt proud to carry it. That night, my mother told me, "Don't worry, tomorrow will be a happy day. Just be yourself and enjoy." Her words gave me courage, but still, I couldn't help feeling a little nervous. Finally, the morning came. I woke up early, even before my alarm rang. My heart was beating fast with excitement. My parents helped me get dressed in my new school uniform. I still remember how neat and clean I looked. My shoes shined, and my hair was carefully combed. After breakfast, I wore my backpack, held my mother's hand, and walked toward the school. As we got closer, I saw other children walking with their parents too. Some looked happy, some looked shy, and some were even crying. The street in front of the school was crowded with students, teachers, and parents. Balloons and banners decorated the school gate, and it felt like a festival. I held my mother's hand tightly because I was both excited and afraid. When I entered the school gate, I saw a big playground where many children were gathered. The school building looked tall and important to me. I felt very small in front of it. Teachers stood at the entrance, smiling and welcoming students. Their smiles made me feel a little better. Inside the classroom, I saw rows of desks and chairs. The walls were decorated with colorful charts, pictures, and alphabets. Everything looked new and interesting. I chose a seat in the middle row. At first, I sat quietly, not knowing anyone around me. Some children were already talking and laughing with each other. I felt shy, but I also wanted to join them. After a while, our class teacher entered the room. She had a gentle face and a kind smile. She introduced herself and told us her name. Then she asked each of us to stand up and say our name. When it was my turn, I stood up nervously, but when I said my name, the teacher smiled and said, "Welcome." That made me feel happy and confident. The teacher spoke to us about the school, the rules, and how we would spend our day. She told us that school is not only about studying, but also about making friends, learning values, and enjoying activities. Her words comforted me, and I began to relax. One of the best parts of my first day at school was meeting new friends. At first, I was shy to talk to other children, but soon, a boy sitting next to me asked me my name. I told him, and he told me his. We started talking, and soon we became friends. Later, during break time, we shared our snacks and laughed together. I also talked with a few other classmates, and by the end of the day, I already felt that I belonged there. On that first day, we did not study very difficult subjects. Instead, the teacher told us stories, showed us pictures, and taught us simple songs. We learned to write our names and draw basic shapes. Everything felt fun and playful. The classroom was filled with laughter and curiosity. I remember feeling proud when I was able to write my name correctly on the first try. The teacher praised me, and that gave me confidence. It was the beginning of my love for learning. When lunchtime came, all the children took out their lunch boxes. I had rice and vegetables packed by my mother. At first, I felt a little shy to eat in front of others. But when I saw everyone opening their lunch, I also joined them. Some children shared their food with me, and I shared mine too. It was the first time I experienced the joy of sharing and the warmth of friendship. We ate together, talked, and laughed. I realized that school was not only about books and lessons, but also about human connection and happiness. After lunch, we were taken to the playground. That was the most exciting part of the day. The playground was big, with swings, slides, and open space to run. Children played together happily. I joined a group of kids who were playing tag. Running, laughing, and chasing each other made me forget all my fears. For the first time that day, I felt completely free and joyful. As the day ended, the school bell rang, and parents came to take their children home. When I saw my mother waiting for me, I ran to her with a big smile. She asked me, "How was your day?" I replied, "It was wonderful." I told her about the teacher, the friends I made, the lessons, the food, and the playground. She smiled and said, "See, I told you it would be a happy day." On the way back home, I felt tired but happy. My nervousness had disappeared, and I was already looking forward to going back to school the next day. Looking back, I realized that my first day at school was more than just an introduction to education. It was the beginning of a journey of growth, discovery, and friendships. I learned important lessons that day. 1. Courage. Even when I was nervous, I learned to face new situations. 2. Friendship. Talking to new people helped me build connections. 3. Sharing. Eating lunch together taught me the joy of sharing. 4. Confidence. Writing my name and being praised by the teacher gave me confidence. 5. Happiness and learning. I realized that learning can be fun and exciting. Conclusion. My first day at school was a mix of emotions: fear, excitement, joy, and curiosity. It was a day that shaped me and gave me a positive start to my educational journey. Today, when I think of that day, I smile because it reminds me of how far I have come. For everyone watching this video, I want to say, never forget your first day at school. It is a special memory that stays with you forever. If you are a student, enjoy your school life. because it is a time full of learning, friendship, and fun. If you're a teacher or a parent, remember that your kindness and encouragement can make a child's first day a wonderful experience. Thank you for listening to my story about my first day at school. I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe it reminded you of your own school days. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today and listening to my story about my first day at school. I hope you enjoyed the experience and maybe remembered your own first day as a student. School life is a journey that stays in our hearts forever, and every beginning is a step toward growth, learning, and friendship. If this lesson helped you practice your English listening and also inspired you, I encourage you to keep going with your learning. Remember, every single day you listen, read, and practice, you are improving and becoming more confident. I would also love to hear from you. What was your first day at school like? Were you excited, nervous, or happy? Please share your story in the comments below, because your experiences can encourage and inspire other learners too. If you found this video useful, please don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. By doing that, you will not only support my work, but also make sure you don't miss any future lessons and stories. Thank you again for watching, and see you in the next video.